I thought I'd never do it. But I did. Yeah, I bought an e-bike, but before you tell me I'm too young, it was a good deal, okay? Anyway, this is a Trek Rail 9 GX from last year with a few cheeky upgrades on it. Carbon wheels, carbon cranks, and a few other things. Regardless, this thing has a motor and screens and extra buttons, all to help you get to the top of the mountain faster. And the best part, it's got 160 millimeters of travel so you can smash back down the trails afterwards. But there has to be a catch, right? And there is, it's 24 kilograms. So join me today as I put my normal bike up against my e-bike in 3 different categories to find out the pros, the cons, and figure out if the extra weight is really worth it. My plan is simple. I'm going to do a lap of the mountain on my e-bike and then the same lap on my normal bike. We'll compare uphill times, downhill times, and most importantly, how much fun I had. Let's kit up and get out there. All right, we're just starting our e-bike ride. I'm sitting at 90% charge and 24 Ks an hour, putting in literally 0 effort. Well, you know what? I'm not putting in 0 effort. I'm still having to pedal. See that? That's Mount Kira. And the lap I'm doing goes all the way up, across, and back, which will give me a good mix of climbing, tech, and steep stuff. It's roughly 530 meters of climbing over 14.2 kilometers. I wonder how things are going on the normal bike. Things are not going well right now. Guys, the speed is insane. Doing 23, just relaxing. Look, one hand on the hip. Let's go. We're what, like 4 or 5 minutes in? My legs are already cactus. And it's just slow. Like, this feels so slow. It's so fast. Woohoo! All right, we're just going past Holy Trail. We're 7 minutes in. 18 minutes to Holy Trail. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. So after 18 minutes, I was only here on the normal bike, versus on the e-bike, I was up here. But something interesting happened a few minutes earlier. All right, bottom of Frenchies, and we're 11 minutes in. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I'm gonna climb up Frenchies. I'm on the e-bike. Whew. This might be fun. Definitely not something I do on the normal bike, but on the e-bike, whew. It's a bit of fun. Yo, look at the speed. Oh. Uphill rock garden. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Well, that was Frenchies backwards. So while I was nearly at the top of the climb on my e-bike, I was 28 minutes in and only at the bottom of Frenchies on my normal bike. Half an hour, bottom of Frenchies. Jeez. And a drum roll please for my total climb time on the e-bike. 22 minutes and 7 seconds. That's pretty quick. I used 26% battery. I reckon surely on the normal bike I'm still like down here somewhere. And I was, so why don't we check in to see how I'm going? Nah, I'm dying. This is crazy. So things were going slowly on the normal bike, but luckily it was time to descend on the e-bike. Ooh, this is steep and techy. Oh, you can feel the weight there. We're just about to get to the start of the trail that we're riding. I wonder if I'm gonna be slower downhill on the e-bike than on the normal one. I mean, it feels okay right now. All right, I think we're ready. Into Lost and Found on the e-bike. Let's do it. Oh, oh wow. Oh. Change gears. Oh, jump. Another jump. Oh yeah. Oh. And there we go. Whew. Done. Whew. Oh, that was fun. Well, I'm barely even tired, so I'm just gonna keep going over to the next track. That was sick. So while I was heading to the next track on my e-bike, I still wasn't at the top on my normal bike. We're coming past Itchy right now. 41 minutes. Oh, wow, this is taking a while. Just hooked into a muesli bar. I didn't need to do that on the e-bike, just saying. Wow, it's quite beautiful up here today. All right, I've made it to this little junction. Nevermind is here. I'm gonna do Nevermind, which is notoriously steep and a little bit scary, but I'm a little bit nervous because of the weight of this thing. There's definitely some steep parts where I'm worried that I might not be able to stop. But before I drop in, this is where I am on the e-bike and I'm 37 minutes in. Versus on the normal bike, I'm over here. I'm 4.5 Ks behind and still 30 minutes from reaching this point. I think I can. Cross there. Okay. We made it. After, wow, 48 minutes. That's pretty crazy. See, the problem with this is now I've got to rest for, 5 minutes at least, whereas on the e-bike I went straight in. All right, we're dropping into the descent. We're about to get to a very steep bit. Even this is pretty steep already, but it gets worse. Oof. This is so steep. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stop. Oh, jeez. All right, very slow. Okay, halfway down. Okay. That was a bit scary. On the normal bike, I don't really need to even think about that. Okay, that was fine. You just need to grab like way more brake than you're used to. All right. Okay, so I'm like 2 minutes away from the top of the last trail we're doing, and I've been going for 40 minutes on the dot. I think I would only just be getting to the top now on my other bike. 48 minutes. I've got like 5 minutes left of riding. That's crazy. Yeah, the e-bike's cool and all, but now the time we've all been waiting for. How much faster am I going downhill on my normal bike? Remember, the time to beat is 1 minute and 51 seconds. Okay, into Lost and Found, here we go. Oh, nearly crashed. This thing handles so much better. Look at the sun. Wow. That's bright. The only climb. It's definitely going to be slower. Oh. And there we go. Oh my God. I'm so tired. Oh. Ah. That little climb near the end is so bad. Okay, my complaining is annoying, but I was 7 seconds faster, which actually puts me at 6th on the Strava leaderboard. That's got to count for something. The rest of the ride followed a similar trend, beating the e-bike on the downhills by a couple of seconds. Also, check out how much easier the steep part was for me. Okay, nowhere near as sketchy. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, controlled, steady. Oh yeah. But now it's time for the scores we've all been waiting for. Uphill times, of course, the e-bike takes the cake here. It was nearly half an hour faster up the climb, so that's a no-brainer. Downhill speed was close, but not close enough. The normal bike on average was 5 seconds faster, and that includes the little pinch climbs that some trails had. So e-bike won, normal bike won. The last but most important thing, which bike did I have more fun on? The answer, I hate to say it, but it was actually the e-bike. The feeling of flying up the trail in turbo instead of grinding away on the road is what did it for me. Also, I love how quickly I can get an absurd amount of riding done. Whether it's 30 minutes in the morning before work or a quick afternoon lap, I would say I get roughly 60% more riding done. Of course, the downhill experience on the e-bike is nowhere near as good as the normal bike, and I don't think it ever will be. And if I could only own one bike, it would still be my normal bike. But if you don't plan to race in an EWS anytime soon and you can handle being called lazy, an e-bike might be for you. Stay steezy.